Hi, welcome back to Moose and Chemistry. This video is about separation of mixtures. Well, the first way you separate mixtures is through chromatography. So we'll like that here, G-R-A-P-H-Y, chromatography. And this is a separation of mixtures by passing it through a solution of suspension. So if you know anything about chromatography, you can take this chromatography paper, place it in a beaker, and it will look something like this, right? And then you take this paper in there and you put the paper into the beaker, and then what happens is, hang on for a second, let me get some different colors here. Let's go down here, change the color here real quick. Oh, here we go, change the color here. And let's change this into, say, red. And what happens is, red stuff starts coming out. It looks more like yellow there. That'd be one thing. Okay, let's do another color. It says red, so let's try that again. Interesting. That's really wild. Let's try blue here. Well, what do you know? So this is what we call, let's get it right. Oh, I know what's going on. Oh, color thickness, yes, okay, fine. Highlighter pen. Oh, wait a minute, I don't want to do highlighter. You know what, that's what's wrong. I need back into highlighter. So let's try blue. There you go, yes. All right, yeah, we're in the wrong pen color. That's what's supposed to. So anyway, you get the idea. So all this stuff comes out of solution in different colors. And that's one way you separate through chromatography, using chromatography paper. The other way you can separate, of course, I'll change this back to black here, is through something we call distillation. D-I-S-T-I-L-L-A-T-I-O-N, distillation. And that's what we call heating. All right, now, what you do is you separate the mixtures. By vaporizing the liquid. And then condensate and isolate. So, okay. Long time ago, people liked to run a still, right? And basically you put a fire underneath the still like this. And then of course you have this copper tube here. And it flows into the pail here. So let's get the fire going here. So you have fire coming off this campfire thing here, right? And it heats the copper pot here and turns the mash basically into a vapor. And as it goes through this copper tube, it cools. And then, of course, your illegal substance collects in the bottom right here. That's how you make, this is how people distill alcohol, and it's highly illegal and you shouldn't do that. But here's the thing about distillation. So when you're using distillation, different liquids have different boiling points. So you can actually condensate each liquid off and isolate it in each individual container, just like a moonshiner would make moonshine. All right, so we have chromatography, we have distillation, and then of course we have next is evaporation. Now evaporation, everybody knows what that is. All right, what you do with evaporation is that you take a substance and it separates liquids by leaving the solids behind. So you separate the liquid by leaving solids behind. So in essence, what you do is you have an evaporation pond. Let's say you want to collect salt water, and you got all these salt particles in there. And of course, let's change the pin color here for a second. And let's change the color. Let's see here, we want a different color here. Let's go with yellow. That sounds good. All right. And you have the sun right here, right? So you got the sun, and the sun is beaming down infrared energy, ultraviolet light, invisible light onto the pond, and of course you have evaporation going on. The liquids get taken off, and the solids get left behind. That's another way that you can separate a solution. And last but not least, of course, and then we have to erase a lot of this here. So let me change the color here one more time. And let's bring the eraser out here, and we'll go ahead and get rid of this guy. There's a fourth way. It's called fractional distillation. So fractional distillation kind of works a lot like distillation. So let me erase all this, and we'll get it to you. Okay. Hang on for 1 second there. Just we got everything cleaned up. All right, so the last thing that we're going to do is something called fractional distillation. All right, distillation. Okay, and that separates different liquids by boiling them at lower temperatures and then condensating them until they're all gone. So in essence, let me write that down. Separate, for example, two different liquids that have different boiling points by their temperature. And then again, of course, you separate the boiling by the boiling points, then you condensate each one on its own boiling point, and then you of course isolate, and that way you can get rid of each liquid by its boiling point. So anyway, there are 4 basic types of ways to separate mixtures: chromatography, distillation, evaporation, and fractional distillation. You guys have a snarly day, and we'll see you back here at Moosing Chemistry.